6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Here for the first episode of the Game Day Sports Network, This Week in Sports. Episode 1 is brought to you by SooSports.com. SooSports.com is your number one sports coverage in Algoma and the E.U.P. So sit back and listen to what has happened throughout the week from November 19th to the 26th in Algoma and the E.U.P. I am your host, Jay Houselander. In basketball this week, Sault College played the Mohawk Mountaineers at home on the 24th and the 25th, with the Cougars falling 90-77 on the 24th, and on the 25th, unfortunately, they fell 112-53, and their record drops to 0-10 on the season. The next up for the Sault College Cougar men's will be January 20th and 21st, 2018, when they travel to Oakville to meet the Sheridan Bears in an 8 o'clock and 3 o'clock start on the road. With the Sault College Cougar women, the Mohawk Mountaineers were in town on the 24th and 25th. The 0-8 Cougars fell 34-83 to the Mountaineers on Friday, and on Saturday, another unfortunate loss was 71-30 for the Mountaineers. And the women will be traveling with the men to Oakville on the 20th and 21st to meet the Sheridan Bears at 6 p.m. on in Game 1 and Game 2, 1 p.m. the next day. For the Algoma University Thunderbirds, who sit in third place, improved their record to 4-6 with their fourth straight win this past weekend against the Nipissing Lakers in North Bay on November 24th with a 76-70 win over the Lakers. And on the 25th in Sudbury against the Laurentian Voyageurs, unfortunately they lost by 10 points and lost 96-86 to Laurentian, but the Algoma Thunderbird men right now are on a high with winning 4 straight games in the OUA. For on the women's side, the women went into the week 0-8, facing Nipissing on Friday and Laurentian on Saturday. On Friday, the women lost a real nail biter, 56-54 for for the Nipissing Lakers, and on the 25th in Sudbury against the Voyageurs, it was a lopsided loss and a 30-7 loss to the Voyageurs in Sudbury. Algoma will return to action in the first week of January when the men's and women's travel to Waterloo to face the Waterloo Warriors on the 5th and 6th in Waterloo, with the women starting at 6 p.m. on the 5th and the 6th, and the men starting at 8 p.m. on both days, and those games can be seen on OUATV.com. When it comes to Lake State University Lakers, this past weekend over the American Thanksgiving, the men were in Kentucky, Owensboro, Kentucky, in the Sports Center Kentucky Wesleyan Thanksgiving Classic on the 24th and 25th, and the men came out on top in their first game against Delta State Statesmen, 61-47, and on the 25th, they went 2-0 with their second win with a 96-71 win over the Shorter University Hawks. Next action for the Lake State men will be this coming weekend on Thursday, November 30th, when the Lakers host Ashland College Eagles at home, and then on December 2nd they will host the Tiffin Griffins at home also. And then on the women's side, the women's were actually in St. Paul's, Minnesota, in the Radisson Hotel MSP North Classic on the 24th and 25th. On the 24th, the women fell to the Concordia St. Paul Golden Bears, and on the 25th they played to a 61-100 loss to the Augustiana University Vikings. Tough losses there at the North Classic in St. Paul, Minnesota. And this coming weekend, just like the men, they'll be hosting the Ashland College Eagles on Thursday, and on Saturday they'll be in the Tiffin Griffins, both home games on the Lake State campus. On the hockey side, hockey was very busy this past week in Sault Ste. Marie, with the Soo Greyhounds finishing with a 23-12 record, good for second place in the West Division. On Wednesday, they hosted the Sudbury Wolves, who had Drake Pilon, Darian Pilon, and Mary Kalina Suites in their roster. The Greyhounds defeated Sudbury Wolves 4-3 at the SR Center before hosting the Kitchener Rangers on Friday, November 24th, where the Soo Greyhounds took a commanding win over the Kitchener Rangers with an 8-2 win over Kitchener on Friday. 24 hours later, the Peterborough Petes were in town to face the Soo Thunderbirds, and in a commanding win, they won again 8-3, so scoring 16 goals compared to 5 goals for their opponents. Big weekend for the Soo Thunderbirds and Sault Ste. Marie. Now the Soo Greyhounds will hit the road November 30th, 1st and 3rd, when they make an Eastern Ontario swing, stopping in Peterborough on November 30th, Kingston Frontenacs in Kingston on December 1st, and we'll meet the Ottawa 67s December 3rd at the TD Place to round out their this weekend's 3-game road swing in Eastern Ontario. In Junior A NOJHL hockey, the Soo Thunderbirds had only 2 games this past week. They're sitting in second place behind the Blind River Beavers in the West Division, with the Thunderbirds taking a 3-2 win over the Rayside Balfour Canadians in Chelmsford on last Thursday. And yesterday, on November 26th, in Espanola, the Soo Thunderbirds beat the 6th place Espanola Express to hand Espanola their 24th loss of the season. For the Soo Thunderbirds will be on the road for 1 game this week on December 3rd in Blind River to meet the Blind River Beavers. While in AAA action, the Soo AAA Greyhounds were in Sudbury and Coppercliff on November 24th when they met the Sudbury Wolves minor midget team, and came out of Coppercliff with a 5-3 win over the Wolves. On the 25th, they met the North Bay Major Midget Trappers in North Bay, fell 7-2 before returning to action for their 3rd straight game on November 26th in Powassan against the North Bay Major Midgets, where the Greyhounds were also handed a loss for the 3rd straight loss of the weekend on the road. The Soo AAA minor midget Greyhounds will be back in action December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd when they are in town, and they'll be hosting the Timmins Majors at the John Rhodes Center on December 1st in an 8 p.m. start. 7 p.m. on Saturday, December 2nd against the New Lister Cubs, and rounding out the 3-game weekend against the New Lister Cubs again for 11 a.m. start, all at the John Rhodes. Very big, successful weekend for the Soo AAA Midget Thunderbirds. Friday night, November 4th, they were in New Lister to face the Cubs. The Thunderbirds came out of their first game with their 2nd win of the season with a 2-1 win over the Cubs. Coach Jamie Henderson was very happy with the team's performance, and said the boys were quite excited and motivated going into Game 2. Unfortunately, in Timmins at the McIntyre Arena, the Junior Thunderbirds lost to the Timmins Majors with a shutout loss of 5-0 in their 2nd game of their road swing. Rounding out the weekend, November 26th in Kapuskasing, Another tough loss for the Soo Thunderbirds. Lost 8-2, 8-2 against the Kapuskasing Flyers. The Soo AAA Thunderbirds will have one more league game before heading into the Christmas break, when they will host the Sudbury Minor Midget Wolves at the SR Center on December 16th. On the American side, the Sault High Blue Devils only had one game last week, where they met the Sheboygan High School, where the Devils defeated the Sheboygan High School 7-3 in high school action on the other side of the St. Mary's River. And they will only have one more game this week to round out the month of November, when they meet the Alpena High School in Alpena on the 28th. Now heading over to the Lake State campus for the Lake State Lakers. The Lake State Laker hockey team had an exhibition game over the American Thanksgiving weekend, when they hosted the U.S. National Under 18 development program. The Lakers took a 6-0 shutout win over the U18 development team, and will be heading into the month of December, opening up at home against the University of Alaska Fairbanks, with a December 1st and 2nd starts at the Taffy Able Arena, with both games at 7:07 in WCHA action. And rounding out the hockey action for Sault Ste. Marie over the past week is 70 plus teams took to the ice in Sault Ste. Marie to participate in the 2017 Soo Pee Wee Hockey League Steel Blades Hockey Tournament, with 11 divisions from novice to Pee Wee Major from Thursday, November 23rd to November 22nd, where in those divisions, novice minor, the Sudbury Cougars defeated the SMHA Green Max 6-0. Novice A minor, Wawa Travelers defeated Fountain Tire 9-4. In novice major division, the Thessalon Eagles took a big bite out of Service Master Minions with a 7-1 win in the championship game on November 26th. In novice major action, the Lions beat the novice minor selects 2-1. The Atomic Tornadoes fell to the Atomic Snipers 5-4 in Adam Minor action. In Adam Minor A action, the novice minor major selects defeated Legion 3-0. Adam Major, the Thessalon Eagles again defeated Team Black in the Adam Major division 5-4. Thessalon had a very good weekend when it came to the Thessalon Eagles at the Steel Blades tournament in 2017. The Adam Major A division, the Adam Minor Selects defeated the Sioux for Sports in the Adam A Major division. Pee Wee Minor division, the Adam Major Selects shut out the Sioux Lakers Squirt Double A's 4-0 to take home the 2017 Steel Blades Championship. Pee Wee Major, the North Channel Lightning fell to Duberville 6-4, and rounding out the divisions in the championships was Pee Wee A Major, McDougall Energy defeating the Pee Wee Minor Selects 2-0 at the Steel Blades 2017 tournament. Next up for the Soo Pee Wee Hockey League will be the interdivisional annual Ken Claus tournament throughout late December 2017 throughout the Christmas break in Sault Ste. Marie. Remember, This Week in Sports is looking for a co-host to be part of the weekly show here on the Game Day Sports Network. If you're interested, send us an email to gamedaysportsnetwork2@gmail.com. You can follow us on Instagram at the.mogul.dad, on Facebook, Game Day Sports Network, and on our YouTube channel at the Game Day Sports Network. We will be back next week on December 4th for our second show, and I hope everybody enjoys this new segment in Sault Ste. Marie and the E.U.P for This Week in Sports.